One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. Well, it is the rivals by the Red River that have come into Pittsburgh County with a chance to be able to even up the district series. McAlester, in the meantime, they are looking for the sweep. Can McAlester do it? Can they start off the district season on the right foot with a 2-0 record to stay in the top half of 5A4? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to Mike Deek Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. The side of today's district game and the home opener for McAlester baseball here at Mike Deek Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. For this matchup between the Durant Lions and your McAlester Buffaloes, I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, coming to you live on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, as well as video streaming on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. We have Austin Wheat that's on the camera today helping us out. So let's look at the McAlester Buffaloes season so far. They are 1-1. Again, they lost to Tulsa Union 6-1 on Friday, but bounced back with a 5-1 win over the Durant Lions yesterday over in Bryan County with a 5-1 win. Not a lot of hits. There were 8 combined hits between the two teams. McAlester had 5. Durant had 3. McAlester ended up having 17 base runners, but they left 12 on base, including the bases loaded 3 different times. And they still did what it took to win, though. They ended up winning 5-1 behind really solid defense. No errors by McAlester. There were 3 errors on Durant. McAlester took advantage of those errors, led to the 5 runs. They ended up having 3 RBIs, 1 from Caden Lesnow, 1 from Aiden Shumway, and then 1 from Gunnar Hodgel. And speaking of Caden Lesnow, Jim yesterday for the 4-year starter for the Buffaloes, he went 7 innings pitched through just under the 120 mark, and he ended up striking out 10 batters on the way to only 1 earned run and the 5-1 victory for McAlester. Now, we're about to look at the Durant Lions, but before we do that, again, the 5A4 standings right now, as Sapulpa, again, as we're just now getting started, everyone had their district opener yesterday in 5A4. Sapulpa is at the top. They ended up beating Memorial 11-1, so they got their plus 10. Tahlequah is also 1-0 with plus 10. They defeated Del City 16-0. McAlester, they are 1-0. They're right now at 3 outright with a plus 4, beating Durant 5-1. Coweta is in 4th outright with a plus 2, beating Tulsa Edison 9-7. So that means Edison is a 5th, Durant's a 6th, Del City at 7th, and Memorial at 8th. That is what the 5A4 standings look like right now. McAlester will have another district series with the Tulsa Edison Eagles, a team that McAlester hasn't played in a couple of seasons. That will be next week. Tulsa Edison on Monday at Tulsa, and then back here at home on Tuesday. Most of McAllister's district games at home will be on Tuesdays this year, not Mondays. So looking at the McAlester Buffaloes, they're going to be relying on the right arm of Gannon Mullins. We'll be talking about his 2023 stats in just a little while before we get started. But again, it's a beautiful day for baseball once again. Maybe a little bit cooler than it was a day ago. It's going to get kind of rainy the next couple of days. That might put in jeopardy our game at Sallisaw on Thursday. But again, we'll worry about that when we get there. But for today, it'll be 68 degrees at first pitch. There's just a few high clouds up in the sky, but mostly blue. Looks a lot better than it did just a couple of hours ago when we had some overcast skies, and it's not supposed to drop below 59 degrees by the end of the game today. Winds blowing at about 8 miles an hour, and it does not help anybody hitting today as it's blowing in from left center field. Again, both teams 1-1, trying to get a winning record after this one, and again, for the Buffaloes, trying to go to 2-0 in 5A4 play. For the Lions, trying to get to even at 1-1. We'll look at the starting lineups when we return. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walther's Freedom Ford here in McAlester. We understand how busy we all are these days. It's hard to find time just to get your vehicle serviced, and we are proud to offer the Freedom Express. We can either pick up your vehicle and bring it back when we finish, or for lighter maintenance, we can send our mobile service techs to you. We can do all this with almost all makes and models. I know life gets busy, so I hope this helps. Come see us here at Sam Walther's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season. Welcome back to Mike Deke Field here in McAlester, Oklahoma, the home opener for the McAlester Buffaloes. Again, for most of the last 7-8 years, McAlester has begun their season at Mike Deke Field. Again, it's been 6 out of the last 8 seasons that they've had their season opener here at Mike Deke. They've won every single one of them except for one, and I believe that one loss, I want to say it was against Broken Bow, but I could be wrong, and that was back in I want to say 2020, it might be 2019. Again, I had it all over here just a little bit ago, and now I lost it. But anyway, the Buffaloes trying to start off their home stretch on the right foot, and they have a lot of home games scheduled for this year. 20 right now out of their scheduled 38 games, and that's including your 2 guaranteed regional games, are scheduled to be here at Mike Deke Field. So a lot of them this year. Make sure that you come on out and watch the Buffaloes. Even if you can't do it today, we encourage you to do it throughout the year. As we have the meeting of the minds between head coach Justin Mullins and head coach J.W. Parsons for the Lions that are exchanging their lineups. We'll look at the starting lineup, starting off with the visiting team, the Durant Lions, who are wearing their road red jerseys with the blue numerals on the front and back, and looks like they're gray pants, red hats with the blue bills, and blue Durant D on the front of the hats. For McAlester, they're wearing their home, their black road jerseys with the interlocking MB in gold, with the numbers in gold on the front and back, pinstripe bottoms with the all black caps except for the interlocking gold MB on the front. Again, the Durant Lions starting lineup, 1 through 9, leading it off the center fielder number 2, Ryder Jones. Jones in center field. Batting second, the pitcher, number 9, Cole Robbins. Robbins on the mound. Batting third, the first baseman, number 12, Caden Neal. Neal at first base. Batting fourth, cleanup, the catcher, number 19, Eli McClure. McClure behind home plate. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 18, Lucas McClure. McClure at the hot corner. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 13, Jared Avalos. Avalos in right field. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 4, Holden Robinson. Robinson at short. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 3, Colton Poor. Poor at second base. And rounding out the starting 9 for the Lions, batting ninth, playing left field, number 5, Aiden Deviney in left field. Again, the Lions led by head coach J.W. Parsons. For the McAlester Buffaloes, leading it off, the shortstop, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Lesnow at short. Batting second, the third baseman, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel at the hot corner. Batting third, the pitcher, number 6, Gannon Mullins, making his season debut on the mound. Mullins on the bump. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, catcher, number 8, Braden Phillips. Phillips behind the dish. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 21, Aiden Shumway. Shumway at first base. He started off the season, I believe, in right field against the Union Redhawks back on Friday, but he got his first start at first base yesterday. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at second base. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 3, Jackson Lowerman. Lowerman in left. And rounding up the starting 9 for the Buffs, playing right field, number 5, Jordan Clark. Clark in right field. So it's the same 1 through 9 for McAlester as the first 2 games of the year, just a little bit of different positioning. As the Buffaloes right now are making their way on out to their respective positions. Being announced by the PA man today, Mr. Larry Barnett. Again, I want to remind you that this is brought to you by Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank & A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. Go support those businesses. And even if you can't buy anything from them, go say, hey, thank you for sponsoring McAlester Baseball. We cannot do it without them. And also Buffalo Roll Call. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We have Mr. Randy Hughes, Coach Hughes, saying keep up the good work. And Edmund watching Santa Fe, listening to the Buffaloes. Mr. Hughes, Coach Hughes, thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know where you're listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that is Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Or you can also let us know on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio by commenting underneath our last post. Again, we have a moment of silence. It looks like we're about to have our national anthem coming up in just a moment. We'll send it down to the field.
Thank you. Now to honor America and the brave women and men serving our country throughout the world, please join us in the playing of our national anthem.
And we're just about ready to go here at Mike Peake Field in Pittsburg County. Buffaloes have already taken the field. We'll look at their defensive alignment here in just a moment. Again, McAlester and Durant, they both had their own separate issues yesterday. For Durant, they had a couple of issues, and those two issues are the reasons why they lost the game. They, again, had some trouble with fielding the ball. They had 3 errors yesterday, and they also put a lot of McAlester base runners on the base paths. 12 free passes on top of the 5 hits that McAlester had. There were 11 walks and 1 hit by pitch. For McAlester, what kept them from breaking it open was, again, trying to get some hits with runners in scoring position. They were 2 of 9 with runners in scoring, but none of those 2 hits went into the outfield. They were both infield singles and just moved everybody 90 feet over. The Buffaloes left the bases loaded 3 separate times a day ago, and they are going to look to capitalize a little bit better today should they get the same opportunities. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the McAlester Buffaloes. We have around the diamond, Shumway at first, Stinchcomb at second, Lesnow at short, Hodgel at third. In the outfield, Lauerman in left, Watkins in center, Clark in right. In the battery for the Buffs, we have Braden Phillips behind the plate and Gannon Mullins on the mound. Mullins, this is his first time taking on Durant. I believe might be in his career with varsity-wise. I know that it's at least his first time playing Durant on the bump in a couple of seasons. He did not pitch against Durant last season. On the year in 2023, he had a 2-3 record. He pitched in 38 2/3 innings pitched. That is the second most in Buffalo's returning. He had a 4.53 ERA, 34 strikeouts to 39 walks, gave up 1 home run, but had a pretty solid batting average against him at just .257. So he's getting warmed up right now. Again, the sun setting off to our left. Won't be very long that the sun's going to affect the right side of the infield, if it affects them at all right now. We got some weird shadows going on right now around the field, but again, I don't think it should be too harsh. Wind is blowing in from left center field at about 10 miles an hour, some gusts a little bit higher. So wind not really doing anybody any favors today, at least when you're looking at hitting, but it actually could do a little bit of favor for the right-handed pitcher Gannon Mullins with his curveball. Maybe provide a little bit of extra bite once it goes flying through the air. We're about to have our first pitch that's brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. So leading it off for the Durant Lions, it's center fielder number 2, Ryder Jones. Jones, the right-handed batter, against the right-handed pitcher Gannon Mullins. Mullins likes what he sees from Phillips. Here's the windup. And the first pitch of the evening will be a fastball missing below the knees, ball 1. It is baseball time here in the Heartland. Jones yesterday went 0 for 2, walked in his first plate appearance, flew out to center, and struck out swinging. The 1-0 will catch the knees, a little bit up from the previous pitch, and the count now moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Hodgel at third, playing even with the bag. Count at 1-1. Mullins with the windup and the pitch. This one's going to bounce. Buffs back to playing on a turf field, again, for the first time this season. Well, again, it was only their second game of the year, but back on Monday, just 24 hours ago, played on their first all-natural field. As now, as we go through high school baseball, more and more fields getting these turf fields. The 2-1, curveball that didn't quite break the way that Mullins wanted it to, and the count moves quickly to 3 balls and 1 strike here for Ryder Jones. Mullins trying to get back in it. The 3-1 will miss low and outside. And the same amount of pitches that Jones saw in his first plate appearance yesterday. In 5 pitches, he'll take a walk, and the Lions are already on the base paths. Now, the Lions might have went 8-24 last year, but they are a much better team than people, I think, give them credit for. Again, they had 6 starting freshmen a year ago, 2 starting sophomores. And they ended up beating a Midwest City team for their, again, they ended up getting wins that didn't reflect in their actual win-loss column. As here's a curveball in there for strike 1 from Mullins. The count goes to 0-1 now on Cole Robbins. I believe it was the 2 wins. I want to say it was Will Rogers, or it might have been Tulsa Memorial. I think it was Rogers. They forfeited those games, so they didn't show up in their win-losses. So here's the 0-1. As this one will be fouled straight back, and that'll be strike 2 quickly here on Robbins. So pitcher against pitcher right now. But again, they beat a Midwest City team that McAlester lost to in their season district opener last year. And they can hit the ball pretty well. Good lead over at first. The 0-2 pitch will catch the outside corner. Strike 3. That's a bounce back at bat for Mr. Gannon Mullins. Froze Cole Robbins on the outside corner for the backwards K, and that is out number 1. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, says Gannon Mullins, and that brings up the first baseman, number 12, Caden Neal. Neal yesterday went 1 for 2, had one of the 3 Lions hits. He struck out looking his first time up, then singled and walked in his last plate appearance. Runner at first with 1 down, top of the first inning, no score. First pitch to Neal. Will catch the knee, strike 1. And Gannon can live right there. Mullins gives Phillips the nod, looks over at first. Getting a healthy lead. Here's the 0-1, does not take off. Curveball will miss low. Could not get Neal to bite, and the count's still at 1 ball and 1 strike. And last year in a lot of our district games it was, well, I'll continue this thought in just a moment as here comes the 1-1 from Mullins. Kicks and fires. The pitch chopped down the first base line. It will roll foul, staying foul over towards Shumway. Count goes to 1-2. But the district pitchers, for the most part last year, was Caden Lesnow and Seth Sam. Any given day, one could have pitched on Monday, one could have pitched on Tuesday. Now, Gannon Mullins has delivered some gems. He had a great one against Bigsby, one of the better teams, definitely top half, even one of the best teams in 6A. 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs, in and out of the glove of Phillips, but runner stays put at first. The count moves to 2-2. The only thing that's kind of held Mullins down at times has been control issues, but when he is delivering strikes, he is really tough to hit. Again, that .257 batting average against him last year. The 2-2. Curveball got the upper inside corner, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts from Gannon Mullins. What was I saying? He is filling the zone. Very hard to hit. He's got some nasty stuff, a really good curveball, and he's also got a live fastball. Now up to the plate, Eli McClure. With a runner at first after the leadoff walk, back-to-back strikeouts from Mullins. Top of the first, no score. Mullins picks off at first for the first time today, and it's actually through the glove, and thank goodness for the Buffaloes that it actually hit the runner, Ryder Jones, because if it didn't hit Jones, it's sailing into foul territory, and he's going to advance to second, maybe even third. All the way back in the box is McClure, who yesterday went 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him. Ground ball left side, over towards Lesnow. Fields it cleanly, throws over to first, and plenty of time for out number 3. So after the leadoff walk, Mullins settles in, goes 2 strikeouts and a 6-3 ground out. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Lions and Buffs here on KNED.
Fenton Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fenton Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Welcome back to Mike Deke Field, here the home of the Buffaloes in their home opener. Good start for Gannon Mullins, 2 strikeouts and a ground out after the opening walk. Buffaloes bring up to the plate. Caden Lesnow, Gunnar Hodgel, Gannon Mullins. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the Lions. You have Neal at first, Poor at second, Robinson at short, McClure, that is Lucas McClure, at third base, Deviney in left field, Jones in center, Avalos in right, and the battery for the Lions. You have Eli McClure behind the plate, who was an excellent job of being a wall yesterday, prevented some McAlester runs by keeping the ball in front. And the pitcher, Cole Robbins, who last year against McAlester pitched at Durant. He went 5 innings pitched, gave up 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, but struck out 8 McAlester batters. So it was 8 out of his 15 outs recorded, over half of them strikeouts. McAlester looking to be better this time against Robbins in that category. So Les Now will dig into the box, righty-on-righty matchup with Robbins. Yesterday, Les Now went 1 for 4 with an RBI. That RBI was an infield single with the bases loaded. He walked in his first plate appearance. As Robbins winds and deals, here comes the first pitch to Les Now. It's a fastball up high for ball 1. Les Now last year against Durant went 2 for 7 with 2 RBIs. On the season so far, 1 for 7 in our 2 games that we've had. The 1-0 from Robbins. Be a fastball low. Scoots away from McClure, and the count goes to 2-0. Again, Les Now is the majority leader in a lot of the offensive statistics in returning players for McAlester. That includes batting average at .325 from a year ago. The 2-0 will miss outside, and a quick 3-0 count here to Les Now. Also, team returning leader in RBIs at 31, in triples at 6, 10 doubles, had 16 extra base hits a year ago. 3-0. And he'll take a 4-pitch walk. 4-pitch walk to Caden Les Now to get us started here. Again, that was one problem that Robbins didn't have last year, and that's why it took a little bit for McAlester to kind of break away their 9-2 win at Durant, was because Robbins filled the zone really well. And he, like I said, fanned 8. He only walked 1 batter out of those 5 innings, and he walks the opening batter here on 4 pitches. That brings up Gunnar Hodgel, who on the season so far, 2 for 6 with 2 RBIs. Good lead over at first by Les Now. Robbins delivers on a slide step. Curveball fills the zone upper inside portion, and the count moves to 0-1. Nobody out. Bottom of the first, no score. Buffalo's trying to change that. They scored in there top of the first back on Monday. I said that's like it's 2 or 3 days ago, just yesterday. Pickoff over to first as we have Les Now back in time. And a really good lead by Les Now. The 0-1. Line drive left side. It's going to find the outfield turf. Hodgel continues his hot streak. Right now the team-leading batting average man, and he moves Les Now up 90 feet. Runners at first and second for the Buffaloes and nobody out. That's for Gannon Mullins trying to help out his own cause here. Mullins had 8 RBIs a season ago. Tied for the team lead in returning players with 19 walks. Looking for his first hit of the season so far. He has struck out only once. He's put the ball in play, but majority of them have been fly balls as we have a fly ball here, but it's carrying to deep center field. Still going back to the warning track. Making the catch is Jones. Tagging up from second will be Les Now. He'll reach third easily. Hodgel will stay at first. But Mullins gave that one a ride, and like I said, the wind is not doing anybody any favors today. It's blowing in from center field, and it's going about 8 to 10 miles an hour. If you have it reversed, it's blowing about 10 miles an hour out. That's hitting off the wall. But alas, that'll move runners over to first and third here for the Buffs. For Braden Phillips. Heck, if they're playing over at Union, that might be out of the ballpark. Small dimensions over there in Tulsa. First pitch to Phillips, trying to get the Buffaloes on the board. And he chops this one down the third base line, but it's going to go behind Les Now, as that'll be strike 1. So Les Now over at third, Hodgel at first. Count is 0-1 with 1 out. Buffaloes, again, were 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position a day ago. Last season, Phillips was 283 with runners in scoring position and had 18 RBIs. He's looking for his first one of the year. The 0-1, Hodgel takes off for second. Ground ball left side. They're not going to get the double play. Robbins has a hard time handling the ball, and it'll lead to a run. Going to go down as an error there on the shortstop Robinson, and I think that's going to be bad for Phillips, because I think that even if Robinson fields the ball, I think that he's probably going to beat out the throw. And I think that's what Phillips over here is doing. He kind of leaned back a little bit and looked up in the sky and started laughing. He said, "Is that a hit?" And Coach Meadows said, "No, that's an error." So he reaches on the E6. That brings up Aiden Shumway, and the Buffaloes are already up 1-0. Have runners at first and second with 1 out. Shumway gets down a good bunt to the left side. Robbins will field it. Throws over to the second baseman covering. Did he get off the back? He did. Throw is a little bit high, and we're going to see if this one's going to be ruled as an infield hit. No. Official scorer rules that an error as well. That'll go down as an E1. So now bases are loaded. This bases loaded alert brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town. Choose your flavor of kettle corn or try their freshly made pork rinds at Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town. Buffaloes, again, had them juiced 3 different times, 3 different innings. They only scored 2 runs out of their bases loaded attempts. They did leave them loaded 3 times a day ago. So this is where they want to be better at, but they're already making better contact. First pitch is low to Watkins for ball 1. Buffaloes with an early 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first, with Shumway at first, Phillips at second, and that is Hodgel at third base. Robbins comes to a pause, working out the stretch with the bases loaded, as this one's going to be foul tipped by Watkins on a low pitch. Probably would have been a called strike at the knees, though, and the count moves to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, Watkins, he's the only player returning from last year that had home runs. He had 3 a season ago. He's got home run power depending. It doesn't matter what direction the wind's blowing if he can barrel one up. 1-1. Curveball that's going to miss eye level. Count the 2-1 here for Watkins. Robbins gives McClure the nod. And the 2-1. Fastball that misses outside. 3-1 count here for Watkins. He's already walked twice this year. A pitch away from getting an RBI the easy way if Robbins can't fill the zone. Watkins batting out of the 6 hole. The 3-1. Popped up in the infield. Infield fly is ineffective. It is fair. They can't find it. Now it rolls foul, and it's going to land. The first baseman, Neal, looked up in the air, thought that the second baseman had it depending on where the wind was at. This is what I'm saying, because it's blowing straight in from center field, the wind is, and now the wind's picked up a little bit. If the wind's not even blowing, I think Mullins' hit earlier goes off the wall, but this wind saved Watkins here. Infield fly was not in effect because it did not land fair. First baseman thought the second baseman had it, but then the wind took it back over to the first baseman, and it was too late for Neal to go and grab it. The 3-2 will miss up and outside, and that's going to be an RBI walk. Robbins really wanted that pitch. And the Buffaloes have an early 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. As Spencer Stinchcomb comes up to the plate. He has hit the ball really hard here early, but he's still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 5. Was hit by a pitch yesterday. He also grounded out to third, lined out to center, and grounded out to third a second time, but that was 5 unassisted. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. So base is still loaded for the Buffaloes. They've done it on 1 hit and 2 errors. Again, an early 2-0 lead. Robbins deals. This one's going to be popped up in the infield. This one will be an infield fly. Won't matter if Robinson catches it or not, but he does so anyway by the second base bag. And now there are 2 down. So that brings up Jackson Lauerman, the left fielder, number 3, batting 8th. Buffaloes are also looking for their first hit out of their 6, 7, 8 hole batters on the year. Coming into today, so far they're 0 for 13, trying to change that here with Lauerman. It's the first pitch fastball, catches the upper inside part of the zone. The count is at 0-1. Lauerman did walk, though, twice a day ago. He also had 1 phenomenal catch out in left field that kept a runner off the base paths. The 0-1. Curveball, and Robbins is starting to get into a groove. That one's down the middle. Had Lauerman fooled a little bit there to move the count to 0-2. So Lauerman now trying to be tough with 2. Buffalo's in danger of once again leaving the bases loaded. The 0-2. Fastball up and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buff's 1 hit so far today has been Gunnar Hodgel. And Lauerman enjoying that. The 1-2 from Robbins. Curveball got him out in front, strike 3. And for the 4th time this series, the Buffaloes leaves the bases loaded, but they do get 2 runs first. We head to the top of the 2nd inning. Buffaloes leading 2-0 here over the Durant Lions on KNED. Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front-end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walther's Freedom Ford here in McAlester. We understand how busy we all are these days. It's hard to find time just to get your vehicle serviced, and we are proud to offer the Freedom Express. We can either pick up your vehicle and bring it back when we finish, or for lighter maintenance, we can send our mobile service techs to you. We can do all this with almost all makes and models. I know life gets busy, so I hope this helps. Come see us here at Sam Walther's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Buffaloes get 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning, but again, for the 4th time this series, they load the bases against the Durant Lions. That was after a pop-up to shortstop and then a strikeout, but they did get 2 runs on an RBI from Braden Phillips and then also on an RBI walk from Ethan Watkins. There's a throwdown from Braden Phillips, speaking of him, as it'll be the 5, 6, 7-hole batters up for the Durant Lions, Lucas McClure, Jared Avalos, and Holden Robinson. So if you're just now joining us, thank you for joining us for this Tuesday evening matchup, district matchup between the Buffs and the Lions. McAlester is leading 2-0 heading to the top of the second on this beautiful day for baseball. It's not going to be that way the next few days, so enjoy it while you have it, right? First lefty batter that Mullins is seeing today. Here's the first pitch that'll miss up and outside to Lucas McClure for ball 1. McClure a day ago put good bat on the ball. He went 1 for 3 with a single. As the next pitch will be swung on and missed at a ball down the turf. And the count moves to 1-1. Each time that he made contact, it was hit hard. It was a single up the middle. A hard ground ball to the third baseman at the time, Mullins, as the 1-1 is going to be a high hit fly ball right center field. There's a run after it. Who's going to get it? It'll be Watkins in the alleyway making the catch for out number 1, calling off Jordan Clark at the last possible moment. And that wind kept on pulling it further towards right field. The senior calls off the sophomore, and that'll be out number 1. And the winds are varying here today. At times it'll die down to where you might have 8-mile-per-hour winds, and at times it gusts up to 20 miles an hour. So it saved Watkins and helped McAlester bring in an extra run back in the previous inning. Now up to the plate, Jared Avalos. First pitch to him is fouled straight back, and that is strike 1. For Mullins a season ago, again, 34 strikeouts to 39 walks. He had a first pitch strike percentage at about 53%, as this one's a chopper right side. Taking a big hop is Stinchcomb, grabs it, flips over to the first baseman Shumway, and that'll be out number 2. 2 quick outs here for Gandon Mullins, brings up the shortstop, number 4, Holden Robinson, who went 1 for 3 a day ago with an RBI. He went opposite field with the RBI. It was a check swing that was barreled up perfectly and worked like a line drive one hopper to Clark, who's over there right now. He also grounded out to third and struck out on a foul tip back into the glove of Phillips. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Yeah, Mullins is a pitcher that's been getting better as his career's been going on. He goes back to the heater, gets a swing and a miss for strike 2. He's into a groove, toes the rubber once more. I can't even have time to speak in between pitches. Here's the 0-2 pitch from the senior. Got him at the knees. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Cannon Mullins with a 1-2-3 inning. He's retired his last 6 in a row with 3 strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Buffalo's leading 2-0 here on KNED.
Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. Okay, Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fitting Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Buffalo's hold an early 2-0 lead over the Durant Lions. Again, they were able to put 8 people up to the plate. We're only able to score a couple of runs, though. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters up for McAlester to begin the bottom of the second inning. Jordan Clark, he had 3 walks in his first 3 plate appearances and then had his first first varsity hit for the Buffaloes last night in his last at-bat, a double down the left field line. And if he makes contact or even if he lays down a bunt, I would not be surprised if he tries laying down a bunt, too, at times because elite speed from number 5 in the right-handed batter's box. Count about to get started here for Clark. Here's the windup from Robbins. Big delivery and the pitch. This will be outside ball 1. So Clark on the season is 1 for 3. He's had the 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and that double. His 2 Ks came against Tulsa Union back on Friday. The 1-0 to Clark will be checked at. Does not go around as it bounces in the turf. Count now 2-0 here for Clark. They're going to appeal over to the first base umpire, and he agrees that he did not go around. He was talking to Coach Meadows at the same time, too. Maybe not as the pitch was thrown. The 2-0 is going to be a hard hit ground ball up the middle, through for a base knock for Jordan Clark. So he's got the second base hit today for the Buffaloes on a ground ball right back where it came from into the outfield turf. And Caden Lesnow digs into the box. 2-0 Buffaloes lead. It's the bottom of the second inning. Runner at first is Jordan Clark. Robbins takes a peek over at first base where Neal is holding on Clark. Clark with a big lead. Pick off over to first. He was leaning and he's back in time. Nearly slid past the bag at the same time. Austin's running our camera today. Are you trying to keep up with those pickoffs too? Doing a good job. He's not even going to talk here that time. Now Clark takes off for second, and he's going to get in easy. As the first pitch to Lesnow hops into the catcher McClure. And now Lesnow has a runner in scoring position for him. And Lesnow, we mentioned it earlier, had 31 RBIs a season ago.
It's hard things about those pickoffs, man, is that they're always a surprise. And some of them guys are really quick. This guy up here, he's really, really fast.
The 1-0 is going to be swung on and missed, and now lead the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Lesnow was looking for his second base hit of the year, 1 for 7. He's now walked twice this year after his leadoff walk. Clark at second base. Takes off for third. The 1-1's going to be a ground ball left side. Look what I found. Robinson snags it, throws over to first in time for out number 1. Clark gave it a look. But that ended up being a 6-3 ground out by Caden Lesnow. Brings up Gunnar Hodgel. Lesnow hit it hard, and I think that Robinson over at shortstop didn't know if he wanted to backhand it or try to get his body in front of it, so he ended up not backhanding it, kind of did a combo of the two, went right into his glove and delivered a strong strike over to first base for the first out. That's a solid play there by Robinson. Gunnar Hodgel watches a first pitch curveball from Robbins miss for ball 1. Hodgel singled his first time up. He is now 3 for 7 on the year with 2 RBIs. He's looking for his third. The 1-0. This one's going to bounce, and it gets away from the catcher, McClure, for a moment. Again, McClure is so good at being a wall. I cannot compliment the catcher enough. Eli McClure. It's not a big backstop over here, but Clark is plenty fast enough to be able to score on a ball that gets to the backstop. Counts 2-0. The pitch. Swing and a miss as Hodge will chase a high fastball. About letter high. Count moves to 2-1. Hodge, a season to go in his sophomore campaign, .276 batting average, 20 RBIs. 2-1 is going to skip in the dirt again, and McClure right there. Slides over to the right. Count moves to 3-1. We mentioned all the base runners that McAlester had yesterday. I'm telling you, McClure saved a lot of runs by being able to body up some low pitches. 3-1. He fouled straight back, and the count moves to 3-2. Full count here for Gunnar Hodgel with one down, runner at third for the Buffs, leading 2-0 in the home half of the second inning. I think the Buffs are seeing the ball a little bit better today. Still looking for that base hit with a runner and scoring. 3-2. It won't come here. Swings and misses at a ball that was out of the zone. Robbins fooled him on the curveball, and that'll be strike 3. Brings up Gannon Mullins, who gave one a ride out to center field. Even with the wind blowing in all the way to the warning track. Looking to drive in Clark. It was a leadoff single and then got his way over to third on a couple of steals. Check swing on a low pitch is going to be a ball. 1 ball, no strikes here to Mullins. Getting 2 down. The 1-0 delivery. Fly ball right side. Is it going to stay fair? It's down the right field line, and it will slice foul like my golf swing. Count moves to 1-1. I'm not kidding. I have a terrible slice on a golf swing. I don't think I swung a bat too terribly in high school, but never been able to swing a golf club very well. In fact, this will probably be a story for the next inning, but I went to Topgolf and had the worst experience of my life that we'll mention here in a moment. The 1-1 curveball that Mullins saw well out of the hand, and it moves the count to 2-1. I think I have enough time now. I was in one of the bays, and if you've ever been to the Topgolf, it kind of works like bowling, where you have all these different bays. And so you have someone, instead of bowling to your right and to your left, you have people swinging from your right and to your left. As we have a pitch that's in there for a strike. Now deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And I hit the golf ball off the front of the iron. I mean the very front. So it didn't go straight towards the fairway. As here's the 2-2 from Robbins. Curveball and staying alive. Into the sea of concrete goes that ball. And the count remains 2-2. But instead of going straight into the fairway, it went to the other bay. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. It hit off of where it ejects the golf balls from, bounced behind me. As here's the 2-2 from Robbins momentarily. It takes a little bit of time and now delivers. Fastball swing and a miss for strike 3, and that ends the McAlester threat. They leave a runner stranded at third base. But to finish up the story real quick, it hit off the back of the bay behind me, whizzed past my head again, and then hit the guy that was off to the right side in the Topgolf facility. Hit him in the back of the noggin. And I had to take about 10 minutes to say, hey, dude, I'm not playing around. I'm just that bad at golf. We head to the top of the third inning. McAlester leaves runner stranded at third base, but they lead 2-0. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on K.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Buffaloes lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. McAlester, again, left one stranded over at third base in the previous inning, but still looking really solid defensively so far. Gannon Mullins, half of his outs recorded, backwards Ks, as they'll face now the 8-9-1 batters for the Lions. And, again, we were mentioning how McAllister's problems yesterday offensively were leaving runners stranded in scoring position. McAllister so far today already, and we're just through 2 full innings, 0 for 8 with runners in scoring. Here's the windup in the first pitch to the new batter to start off the top of the third inning. That is Colton Poore, the second baseman, number 3, watches the high fastball. That'll be ball 1. Poore yesterday went 0 for 2 with 2 backwards Ks, 2 strikeouts. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the windup and the pitch from Mullins. This one will catch the lower outside part of the zone to move the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. They were able to make contact a couple of times with runners in scoring position. It was an E6 and E1, but those are still going to go for offers. And then they walked, popped out to short, and struck out swinging. As here's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Count moves to 1-2 here on Colton Poore. And then they had a runner at second base with nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Went ground out to short, strikeout. 1-2. That fastball's going to miss up above eye level. Count moves to 2-2. Now, McAlester had their hiccups a little bit offensively at times last year, too. Just with some younger players. They had a lot of underclassmen that started, too. So here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to miss down low and outside for ball 3. I say a lot of underclassmen. They had some guys that were kind of new to the starting lineup after having a state tournament team that were full of seniors from 2 seasons back. So they had a lot of guys that were getting used to varsity play. A couple of them were sophomores, Stinchcombe and Hodgel. So here's a swing and a miss for strike 3 from Gannon Mullins. His 4th strikeout already, his first time with a frontwards K. Sit him down, throw it around. 1 down here in the top of the third inning brings up Aiden DeVinny. Mullins looking solid right now. Bounce back from a strikeout offensively to a strikeout defensively. And he delivers a high fastball that swung on and missed for strike 1 to the lefty, DeVinny. So counts 0-1. The pitch. Fastball that's checked at, a little bit low below the knees. Count moves to even at 1 ball, 1 strike. But still a 2-0 lead for the McAlester Buffaloes. They've been able to manufacture runs here in the last couple of games. Here's the 1-1. Here's a foul ball, 4 for anyone that's walking the track. What was, Austin, you can jump on the mic here again. You saw bench warmers before. What was the call? Here, give me 1 second. The 1-2. Curveball misses upstairs. Didn't break the way Mullins wanted it to 2-2. They said that, what was it? Clark ended up having like a stat on the back of his baseball card for number of squirrels hit.
Yeah, there was number of squirrels hit. There was number of...
The 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Gannon Mullins already up to 5 strikeouts as he's now struck out his last 3 in a row, going back to Holden Robinson. We're back at the top of the order. Ryder Jones walked in his first plate appearance. He's back up at the top of the order.
I want to say they had stats for a bunch of different stuff, including bases given was one of them, like negative.
As the first pitch is a curveball low to Jones for ball 1.
I want to say one of those characters on there, one of the guys that were on that team, had like 4 outs instead of 3, something like that.
The 1-0 is going to be cut on and missed for strike 1. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. He has like 5 dead squirrels. I don't know. He couldn't hold on to the bat as the next pitch is going to fill the zone for strike 2. Can Mullins strike out the sides? Yeah, they taped it to his hands.
They taped his hands down at one point.
Mullins looking to strike out the side. The 1-2. Fastball does not get the call, though. Phillips thought he had it. The entire infield was making their way towards the dugout. But he did not ring him up. Deuces are completely wild. Number 2 up at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Mullins. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him swinging. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts for Gannon Mullins as he struck out the side. We head to the home half of the third. McAlester leading 2-0 as Gannon Mullins is pitching a gem. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walther's Freedom Ford here in McAlester. We understand how busy we all are these days. It's hard to find time just to get your vehicle serviced, and we are proud to offer the Freedom Express. We can either pick up your vehicle and bring it back when we finish, or for lighter maintenance, we can send our mobile service techs to you. We can do all this with almost all makes and models. I know life gets busy, so I hope this helps. Come see us here at Sam Walther's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Already 6 strikeouts for Gannon Mullins. He has struck out his last 4 in a row. Buffalo's going to try to help him offensively in the bottom half of the third inning. They lead 2-0 on 2 hits and 2 Durant errors. It'll be the middle of the order for the Buffaloes: Braden Phillips, Aiden Shumway, and Ethan Watkins. Phillips ended up advancing a runner home on an E6. Aiden Shumway reached on an E1 on a bunt attempt, and Watkins walked with the bases loaded to be able to drive a run home.
Buffalo, the catcher, Mr. Braden.
Yeah, McAlster's been able to get people on base. That has not been their problem. They have been able to manufacture their runs when they've been able to do so. I feel like I've said that phrase a lot. They're just looking for a clean base hit with a runner in scoring. Right now, 0 for 8. Trying to get someone on base right now. It's Phillips' job to try to do so, and he's going to hit this one hard, but straight to the shortstop. That's bobbled by Robinson. Throws over to first. It'll be an E6. Phillips has hit it to Robinson now both times, and both times in E6.
Now batting the first baseman.
And that'll lead to Aiden Shumway digging into the box. Again, you put the ball on the ground and hit it hard, good things usually happen. So Shumway can reach on an E1 on the season, 1 for 6 with an RBI. That was a single yesterday. First pitch to him. Swings and misses at a high fastball. Count 0-1. Braden Phillips had 12 stolen bases a season ago. He was caught stealing once, picked off twice. He's got a good lead, and they're going to throw over to him. And he's back in safely. Count 0-1. Buffalo's trying to strengthen their lead here. The leadoff base runners. This one's going to get through McClure. That's very rare. Doesn't usually happen from Eli. And that'll allow a runner to advance 90 feet over to second base. And here's another runner in scoring position for the Buffs. Count moves to 1-1 here for Shumway. Robbins, after having a couple of walks in the first inning, has filled the zone really well since. The 1-1. Big secondary from Phillips. The curveball is in there for a strike. And the count moves to 1-2 on Aiden Shumway, batting out the 5-hole. 1-2, about to head up to Shumway. The pitch, ground ball left side. It's going to be deep into the hole. Running and grabbing as Robinson throws on the run. It's going to have to be dug out, and it will not be by Neal. This one's going to go down as an E3, so that's the 4th error of the day for the Lions. They had 3 a day ago. Again, that's a hard play to make over at short by Robinson. And it looked like it wasn't much of a dig out because it was a long bounce, but Neal just couldn't hold on at first. And now we have runners at the corners with nobody out. And the 6-hole Ethan Watkins up, who had an RBI walk back in the first inning. So here's the pitch. As there's a bunt attempt that's going to be pulled back from Watkins for a ball as the pitch misses up high. 1 ball, no strikes. I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Mullins earlier today, and he was saying, "Man, we are close to really, we were close to doing a lot of stuff yesterday, just weren't able to get that big base hit." And he praised Durant, talked about how good of a team that they are. Again, how I mentioned it earlier, how they're going to surprise some teams. They might have, like we said, gone 8-24 last year, but they're not that kind of team. They're going to make you work for your wins. So here's a 2-0 pitch. It's going to be a curveball that fills the zone to move the count to 2-1. But he said, he's kind of echoing what I said, or I'm echoing what he said. It's just that we are looking for that base hit with a runner in scoring, or that base hit with the bases loaded, or 2 runners at second and third. Can Watkins be the one to deliver it? Counts 2-1. Robbins delivers. This one's going to be a ground ball left side down the third base line. Picked up by the third baseman. Throws over to first. Has to be dug out. This time it is by Neal. And it's an RBI ground out from Ethan Watkins. As it's a nice play at third base by Lucas McClure. That does bring home a run. McAlester extends the lead to 3-0. As now Jackson Lauerman up at the plate. Spencer Stinchcomb. Spencer Stinchcomb up at the plate. Popped up to the shortstop his first time up. Runner at second base with 1 down. Buffs leading 3-0. Big lead by Shumway. Robinson holding them on pretty well. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right up the middle towards the outfield. Turf, and it'll reach. Rounding third will be Shumway. Here comes the throw from center field. It is not in time. Cut off by the first baseman. Throw to second. Not in time. RBI single from Spencer Stinchcomb. And the Buffaloes cash in, courtesy of the junior. It's an RBI single advancing to second on the throw by Spencer Stinchcomb. He's the only Buffalo in the lineup to not strike out yet this year. He's been making contact, and he finally gets his hit. I mean, he has been putting good barrel on the ball, just been going right to fielders this time. He's able to find that outfield turf, and the Buffaloes extend their lead to 4-0. Jackson Lauerman now up at the plate. He watches the curveball, tries to wait on it, misses it. That'll be strike 1. So Stinchcomb traded places with Shumway. Buffaloes now lead 4-0. Robbins comes set and delivers the 0-1. This one's going to be a pitch down the turf. Making a great job by McClure. Keeps in front. And will keep Stinchcomb at second. Clark did back in the second inning exactly what Stinchcomb just did there. He hit one up the middle. He's on deck. Another great lead at second base by Spencer. 1-1. Curveball out in front. And Lauerman goes behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So far, he's struggled with the curveball, what I've seen from Robbins. Takes some time to collect himself. Digs back into the box. All the way back. Down the count, 1-2. Robbins deals. Fastball low. Lays off, and the count moves to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lauerman out of the 8-hole trying to cash in now for the Buffs. Counts at 2-2 with 1 out, runner at second, and the pitch from Robbins. Curveball, this time he saw it well. Fouls it off onto the awning. Again, that curveball is what's kind of been messing up Lauerman so far with Robbins. He'll mix it up with the fastball. Don't be surprised if Robbins goes with the high fastball here to try to get Lauerman to chase. Keeping the eye level, thinking it's going to be a curveball and be behind on it. Robbins, the 2-2, does that, but he's going to ground it over to the third base. It's going to be fair, booted by the third baseman McClure. Rolls all the way towards the fencing on the left side, and that's going to go down as an E5. Here on the Lions, it's their 3rd error of the inning. Again, put the ball in play, put it on the ground, good things happen, and that's a good at-bat there by Jackson Lauerman. Again, struggled with the curve a couple of pitches. was way off on him, but then adjusted and was able to put the ball in play to give himself a chance. It puts runners at the quarters with one down in the bottom of the third inning, leading 4-0 for Jordan Clark, who's had hits in his last 2 plate appearances, trying to go for 3 in a row. That means Clark is 2 for 4 on the year. He has reached base in 5 out of his 8 appearances so far. So leading the team in on-base percentage. Lauerman takes off for second. The pitch is a called strike. The throw down to second is cut off by the pitcher Robbins. Staying put is Stinchcomb, and runners at second and third for Clark. Can you get one base hit and you can get into a little bit of a confidence, a little bit of a rhythm? Let's see if Clark can continue it. This fastball is going to miss up and outside. The count goes 1 ball, 1 strike here on Clark. I know that as a player, that's the first hit of the season is always the one that just freaks you out because you're like, man, I need to get this hit. It's got to happen. As the 1-1 from Clark, it's going to miss up and inside. Count moves to 2-1. So when it doesn't happen for a while, you start to play mind games. You're like, am I ever going to get a hit? So if you can get out of the way early, you don't have to worry about that first hit anymore. You're just playing baseball. Some people don't worry about it in general. Here's the 2-1 to Clark. Fastball is going to be popped up and out of play, and the count moves to 2-2. But I think most baseball players would be lying if they said that, yeah, getting the first hit of the year, I don't really think about it too much. 2-2. Robbins deals, and he got Clark out in front with the off speed. Pulled the string on Jordan Clark, and that'll be out number 2. Top of the order up for the Buffaloes. They've got runners at second and third. Buffs leading 4-0 with a chance to, they're up by 4. It's a healthy lead, but a chance to break it open here if Lesnow can get a base knock. The pitch will miss up above the interlocking MB across the chest. 1 ball, no strikes here to Lesnow, who has walked today and also grounded out to short. Robbins to a pause. The righty slide steps, and the pitch is low. Count 2-0. Count 2-0 here for Lesnow. You got Stinchcomb at third, Lauerman at second base. 2-0 pitch. Goes back with the off-speed, misses low. So 3 quick balls to Caden Lesnow. 1 pitch away from loading the bases for Gunnar Hodgel, who's got 1 of the 3 hits for the Buffs today and has had a hit in each of McAllister's 3 games so far. As this fastball does fill the zone, the count moves to 3-1, still a hitter's count for Lesnow. Now the leadoff spot, the senior. Robbins takes a deep breath. The righty deals. The pitch, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Letter high. Count moves to 3-2. Robbins possibly another pitch away from getting out of another jam. Although the Buffs have already scored a couple of runs this inning. He could leave runners stranded at second and third. The 3-2. Fastball staying alive is Lesnow. Count will remain full. There's an open base at first base. Hodgel on deck is 3 for 8 on the year. Robbins gets the signs from McClure. And deals. 3-2, line drive, left center field. Will it find turf? It will be a sliding catch by the center fielder, Ryder Jones, in the alleyway to make the catch for out number 3. And the Buffaloes leave runners stranded at second and third. So McAlester still does take an extra 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning to extend their lead to 4-0. We head to the top of the fourth. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fitting Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
We get to the top of the 4th inning. Buffaloes extend their lead to 4-0. It's been a little while since Gannon Mullins has pitched, it feels like. There's only 2 runs for McAlester, but they did put up to the plate quite a few people. They brought up 7 out of their 9 batters. It has been Mullins with 4 consecutive strikeouts. He's already got 6 today in 3 innings. Can he continue his stretch of dominance early today? Cole Robbins shows bunt, tries to get it down, and it's going to be fouled back into the glove of Phillips on a bunt attempt. That's just going to go down as a regular strike. Phillips was trying to say, hey, is that an out? And they're going to, well, I thought he was going to talk about it with the first base umpire. I didn't think there was any doubt that this was a strike, but something happened over here on this near side. Just don't know what happened. Count is 0-1. Here's the pitch from Mullins. This one's going to bounce in. And the count now moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. Robbins struck out looking his first time up. The 1-1 from Mullins. Fastball pounds the mid of Phillips, but outside, and the count runs to 2-1. Buffs have had 4 runs on 3 hits and 5 Durant errors. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball that misses the knees, and that count goes to 3-1 here on Cole Robbins. Lions have had no runs on no hits, no McAlester errors yet. 1 walk, the 3-1, and now make it 2. 2 walks here for Gannon Mullins, his first base runner that he's given up since the very first batter of the game. It was 9 up and 9 down since he walked to Ryder Jones to begin the ball game. So Cole Robbins reaches first base. He'll have Caden Neal up at the plate, who struck out looking his first time up. Again, felt like a long half inning for the Lions in the bottom of the 3rd, although it was just 2 runs. So it's Mullins trying to get back into the groove, back on the mound. Takes a look over at first base. Good lead. And the pitch. Runner takes off for second. Pop up right side. The wind's going to take this one out of play. Clark gives it a jog, but he'll watch it go into the parking lot. Count goes to 0-1 on the righty, Caden Neal. Mentioned it in his last at-bat, went 1 for 2 a day ago. Neal against McAlester last season had 5 at-bats, went 0 for 5. Batting out of the 3 spot here for the Lions. Robbins took off on the last pitch. And there'll be a pickoff over to first, try to keep him honest. I think Robbins was about to take off on that one. He kind of got up and looked at his first base coach and said, whew. Because he was leaning a little bit. I think Mullins saw that, and I think the McAlester coaching staff did too. Lions trying to get a guy into scoring position right now. 0-1 from Mullins. Robbins takes off. Pitches high. The throw down 2 second is not in time. So Robbins swipes the second base back. It was a good strike from Phillips. Just a better jump there from Robbins, and now they get their guy in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike on Caden Neal. Williams comes to a pause and delivers. This curveball is low and outside. Count now 2-1. Again, 6 out of the 9 outs from the Lions' strikeouts. There was a 3-batter stretch where they all put it in play. As this one will be fouled straight back, and the count goes to 2-2. That stretch of 3 batters is about to come up. The middle of the order, McClure grounded out to short. Lucas McClure, Eli was the one that grounded to short. Lucas flew out to center field, and Jared Avalos grounded out to second. Mullins deals. Curveball, ground ball right side will move the runner over. Stinchcomb fields it cleanly, flips over to the first baseman Shumway, and that'll be out number 1. But the Lions are 90 feet away from getting on the scoreboard and cutting the lead to 3 for McAlester. If McClure can do what he did last time up and ground it to short, that should score the run. So Eli McClure up at the plate. Mullins delivers. First pitch fouled off of Phillips behind home plate. Count moves to 0-1. If there was ever a time that the Buffaloes could hope for a strikeout, it'd be here. Hard to do, though. Eli McClure, again, he had a couple of strikeouts yesterday, but his season to go batted .346. The 0-1. Fastball misses the outside corner. Phillips tried holding, get an extra second to try to get the call. Does not get it. Counting is now 1-1. Runner at third with 1 down, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Count moves to 1-2. Again, most balls hit in play here will score the runner at third. So a strikeout would be huge. Can Mullins get it? The 1-2. No, it's going to be a fly ball right. We'll see if Clark can track it down. It'll tail foul. And we'll do it again at 1-2 coming up in just a second. Gannon's wanted to get back into a groove. He towed the rubber again quickly, and his dugout said, hey, step off. Clark's got to get ready over in right field. Here's the windup in the 1-2 from Mullins. Again, just slapping at the ball, but fouling it off right side. Staying alive here is Eli McClure. Count still 1-2, and Mullins will take some time, kind of walk around behind the mound. The reason why he's taking the time again is because Clark gave it a little bit of a jog from right field. Wants to make sure everyone's set. Don't want to get anybody out of positioning here. Good battle here between McClure and Mullins. Gannon likes what he sees from Phillips. Winds. The 1-2. Fastball low inside. Count goes to 2-2. Really good at bat here by Eli McClure. Infield is playing back, so the only place I think that they couldn't get away with a ground ball would be to third base. I think that will keep the runner at third, more than likely. 2-2. Curveball out in front, swing and a miss for strike 3. Huge strikeout for Gannon Mullins. And that puts 2 down on the board. Pulled the string on Eli McClure to bring up Lucas McClure, who flew out to center field. McClure, though, has been hitting the ball well. He's been seeing it well. The runner at third, first pitch, hits it hard right back at the middle, and that will score a run. I was just mentioning that, and that nearly put a hole through Gannon Mullins. And that'll be an RBI single by Lucas McClure on the hardest hit ball of the season. Lions officially have been able to do the most of what they've been given so far. They've only had 2 base runners. That's their third, but they've been able to score a run off of it. First pitch. Chopper right up the middle is going to be grabbed by Phillips. Phillips will have to flip over to first and does so in time for out number 3. So the Buffaloes keep the damage at only 1 on the hard hit line drive back up the middle by Lucas McClure. But, again, the Buffaloes still lead 4-1, trying to extend their lead. They'll have the 2, 3, 4 batters coming up in just a moment. 4-1 McAlester on top here on
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Official scoring from McAlester, based off their game changer, which is their official stats. They did have Aiden Shumway's first at bat as a single. He will come up if a Buffalo reaches base and does not get out on the base paths. He is the fifth hole batter. We'll have the 2, 3, 4 batters up for the Buffaloes, leading 4-1 as we head to the home half of the fourth inning. We played half a 7-inning game. Gunnar Hodgel, Gannon Mullins, Braden Phillips up at the plate. Here's the windup and the first pitch to Hodgel. It'll be a fastball upstairs for ball 1. So far here early, McAlester, like I said, it's been leaving people on the base paths currently as they've left 6 stranded. Durant has left 2. Here's the 1-0. Hard hit ground ball left side, quickly over to Robinson and ate him up. Getting into the outfield, and that will allow Hodgel to take first base. So once again, they start off the inning with a runner on base. Already playing deep into the hole was Robinson, and it ate him up on a backhand attempt. That brings up Gannon Mullins. Making official scoring for that one as I'm looking at Game Changer as I go along. They're going to roll that one a single for Hodgel. As official score is saying that even if Robinson would have fielded that cleanly, Hodgel's already pretty much at the first base bag. Pickoff over to first, not in time. Again, the first pitch to Mullins was a ball. He's 0 for 2 today. He's flown out to center field and struck out swinging to Cole Robinson for his 4th inning of work. Robbins delivers. It's fastball in there for a strike. Count now to 1 ball and 1 strike. I think McAlester, like I said, has seen the ball a little bit better. It's kind of getting scattered here and out. Here's the 1-1. Curveball, high hit, fly ball, deep left field. The wind's going to grab this one, and then it gets lost up in the stratosphere and past the left fielder, DeVinny. That's going to be a double here for Mullins. Mullins goes back over to second as now a bobble by the shortstop leads to a run scoring. On the cutoff throw back over to Holden Robinson, it was bobbled that allowed Hodgel to score. So that is a double for Gannon Mullins. And then on an E6, a run coming across. So the Buffaloes get that run back quickly on a ball that just kept carrying. And DeVinny lost it, I think, in the lights. Again, it looked like the wind picked that up, and it was going to fall right into his glove. And then before you know it, it's behind him in a one-hopper over to the fence. First pitch, chopper, third base side. Taking it on a big hop is the third baseman, McClure. Throws over to first. The good stretch by the first baseman, Neal. Gets the out as Phillips grounds out 5-3. And it moves the runner, Gannon Mullins, 60 feet over to third base. Brings up Aiden Shumway, who, like I said, at the beginning of the inning, his first at-bat was changed to a single, or that was officially ruled a single. I was going based off the scoreboard, but they officially have ruled that a single on that ground ball into the hole on the left side. First pitch to Shumway. Inside pitch, called strike, count 0-1. The Buffaloes do get that run back they gave up in the top of the fourth. They're back up by 4 runs. The pitch will be popped up right side. Wind has died down. Will allow a Durant fielder to get it? No, it's going to tail off a little bit further out into the parking lot. I'm kind of laughing because Gannon over at third base, he was still taking off his batting gloves and everything. And as the pitch was being thrown, he tossed him to his dad, head coach Justin Mullins at the third base side. It just bounced off his chest. Here's the 0-2 to Shumway. And he swings on a pitch way upstairs. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Cole Robbins gets a big strikeout with a runner at third. And that brings up Ethan Watkins. You know, we also take a lot of time to look at what McAlester does with 2 down, trying to get a runner in, but they have, as a collective unit over the last couple of days, struggled with 1 out and runners in scoring position. That's put the batter with 2 down in a harder position here. So the first pitch will skip into Watkins for ball 1. Watkins is 0 for 1, but he's got 2 RBIs. He walked with the bases loaded, and then he had a RBI ground out. The 1-0 to Watkins. Runs in. Oh, called strike. He ran inside, but it's going to be a called strike on the upper inside part of the zone. Count moves now to 1-1. Buff's trying to drive in that run from third. 1-1. They'll be fouled off towards the McAlester dugout. The count now 1-2. We're at the score that we had as a final yesterday, 5-1 right now in the bottom of the 4th. Buffalo's in the lead, trying to have a district sweep over the Durant Lions. Robbins trying to keep the runner at third and keep the score at 5-1. 1-2. Fastball right by Watkins, strike 3. And that'll be the end of the bottom of the 4th. McAlester leaves the runner stranded at third, but they get a run on that double by Gannon Mullins and then a hiccup on the throw back in. So it's 5-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. McAlester leading. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on K.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walther's Freedom Ford here in McAlester. We understand how busy we all are these days. It's hard to find time just to get your vehicle serviced, and we are proud to offer the Freedom Express. We can either pick up your vehicle and bring it back when we finish, or for lighter maintenance, we can send our mobile service techs to you. We can do all this with almost all makes and models. I know life gets busy, so I hope this helps. Come see us here at Sam Walther's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Buffalo's on top 5-1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. This is your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, bringing you McAlester Baseball. As Gannon Mullins in for his 5th inning of work, he'll be up against the bottom of the order. Holden Robinson, Colton Poore, and Aiden Deviney. Wind up in the first pitch from Mullins of the 5th. He'll be a fastball low and outside, ball 1. Lions have only had 3 base runners, but they've been able to score one of those 3. McAllister's had quite a bit more, but I brought in 5. Had a couple of hits with runners in scoring. Here's a chopper right in front of Mullins. Down the first base line, going to be a tough play. They're going to let it roll foul. Smart play there by both Phillips and Mullins, the 2 seniors. Would have been an infield single if one of the 2 would have touched that ball. And the count now 1-1. And here's a tidbit of information for anybody that's just wondering. This is why, because I've seen it happen before, and I was an umpire once when I was ending my senior year of high school trying to get some summer jobs. If there is a ball, because sometimes a ball has some weird English, if it starts off in foul territory and rolls back into fair territory before it reaches the first base or the third base bag, that is a fair ball as long as no one touches it in foul territory. Just a word of wisdom there. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, it's up and outside. Count now moves to 2-1. And Mullins says he is he has added a little bit of oomph to his fastball. I think he has progressively done that the last couple of years. So the 2-1 is going to be fouled backwards, and the count moves now to 2-2. But I also feel like Gannon keeps on getting taller. Every time that I start off a new season, I feel like he's grown a couple extra inches. And that helps out with his delivery, too. Here comes the 2-2. Is a swing and a miss inside the turf. It's going to be a tough play by Phillips, who can't handle it. Throws over to first, but it's not going to be in time. Reaching first on a drop third strike is Holden Robinson. A little bit of a bobble by Phillips is all that he needed. It was going to be tough anyway as it rolled up the third base line. And that'll bring up Colton Poore, who struck out swinging his first time up. Mullins picks off over to first. Oh, and it's going to go behind Shumway. There's a collision over at first base. It's going to allow Robinson to reach second base. He's going to be held up there. Shumway lost his glove in the process. If the throw is on target, caught, a tag applied, I think Robinson might be out. Pretty close, but it sailed right past Shumway. And now a runner in scoring position here for the Lions with nobody out, with a chance to get that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch from Mullins shows bunt, pulls back way outside, ball one. And that's the thing with the Lions here. You don't want to keep them in the game. The Buffaloes have been able to do that so far. And major credit to Cole Robbins. He's been able to deliver some tough pitches to be able to hold McAlester. As, again, showing bunt was poor on the spin move here by Mullins. So this might be a bunt all the way. Let's see if McAlester does some pre-bunt defense here. So here's the 1-0. They do not. It's popped up in the air. Phillips makes the catch. It's a big out in foul territory. And that'll be out number one. Bunt attempt by Colton Moore popped up to the catcher. And it brings up the left fielder, number 5, Aiden Deviney. One out, one runner at second base. McAlester up 5-1. First pitch to Deviney. Checked out, but the pitch is low for ball one. Did not go around. Just a little bit of a check. Mullins kicks and fires the pitch. High hit fly ball, deep left field. Going back is Lauerman, tracking it down underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2.
Back top lineup for Durant, center fielder, Ryder Jones.
And we're back to the top of the order. So lefty Deviney took it the other way. Lauerman's able to track it down. Jones 0 for 1 today. He's walked and struck out swinging. Jones trying to score with a runner in scoring position. They got a big base hit from Lucas McClure back in the previous inning, as this pitch is going to be up high for ball one. Robinson at second base. Mullins deals. This one's in the turf. Runner stays put. Good job by Phillips keeping it in front. With the count now 2-0. As long as the runner stays at second base, if you gave up a walk to Jones, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because then there's a force out of any bag. So with an open bag, not terrible. Now, obviously, that's an extra run that could come across if the Lions end up having a big inning here in the top of the fifth. So rather, obviously, just get the out, but right now, Mullins behind in the count 2-0, trying to get the signs from Phillips. And there'll be time called. Jones yesterday went 0 for 2. He walked in his first plate appearances in both these games, then flew out to center and struck out swinging back in the first game. 2-0, low and outside. 3 consecutive balls here to Ryder Jones. Wind still blowing in from center field. So here's the 3-0 pitch. This one is below the knees, ball 4. Only 2 walks that, 2 out of the 3 walks that Mullins has given up today has been to Ryder Jones. And it brings up Cole Robbins. So this is the part of the order that the Lions could want to get back within striking distance. Again, I think they're still in striking distance, but back to a close game. 5-1's the score. Tying run would be in the hole. That's Caden Neal right now. Excuse me, Eli McClure. Again, trying to keep Robinson over at second base or seeing if he's going to leave early. He stays put. Mullins trying to get back in the zone here. Robbins is 0 for 1 with a backwards K and a walk. 2 down, force out of any bag. First pitch, curveball upstairs. And this is Mullins' first stretch where he's really had a hard time finding the zone, so Caden Lesnow is going to go talk to him. Time is called by Lesnow. He goes to speak with Mullins. This game brought to you by, and all season long, Sam Wampler's Freedom Forward as Phillips goes to speak with the 3 seniors on the mound right now. Sam Wampler's Freedom Forward, the Bank & A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. Thank you guys for putting us on the air this season, and we encourage you guys that to do your business with one of these sponsors, and even if you can't do business, maybe you just you don't have anything that you need to get done to your car, go to them and say, hey, thank you for sponsoring McAlester Baseball. Let them know how much it means to you. Can't do it without them. 1-0 pitch. And right back in the zone, there's a great pep talk from Lesnow and Phillips. Mullins deals the strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Cole Robbins. Top of the 5th, 1-1 the count. Mullins deals. This one's going to get away from Phillips as it bounces towards the backstop. Robbins and that'll be Ryder Jones advances. Now the force out is gone as it had a weird bounce off of the face mask of Phillips and rolled towards the McAlester dugout. Count goes to 2-1. With one swing of the bat, the Lions can make this one a close game again. And they're going to intentionally walk now after the advancement of the runners. They're going to intentionally walk Cole Robbins. Brings up Caden Neal. He has struck out looking and grounded out to second. Now, Neal has a single. He has he's got one of the 4 hits from the Lions in the series so far. So the bases are loaded. He represents the tying run. First pitch. Fastball up and outside, ball 1. Now there's nowhere to put a runner. You walk him, it's back to a 3-run game. And on deck is Eli McClure. 1-0. Low and outside, way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. This is the Lions' chance to get back in it. Down by 4, tying run at the plate. Count 2-0 with 2 strikes. The pitch, fouled straight back. Big cut from Caden Neal out of the 3-hole. Count goes to 2-1. Buff's trying to force the Lions to leave the bases loaded, trying to change it around for a change. 2-1. Fastball missing upstairs, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Caden Neal. Hitters count, the windup, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Is a little up high. That's what Cole Robbins was trying to tell Neal there. He's tried to tell him to leave it up. Runners will take off with the pitch. Big 3-2 on the way. Every Durant fan chirping at Gannon Mullins right now. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Big pumped up strikeout from Gannon Mullins. And he chirps a little bit back at Durant. And now Holden Robinson is trying to talk to Mullins as he walked towards the dugout. You can tell that these two are rivals here. Robinson still talking a little bit with some McAlester players that are coming off the field. That was a big-time moment that Gannon Mullins was able to get out of, and both McAlester and Durant, again, they are rivals, chirping at each other off the field. We head to the home half of the 5th, McAlester leading 5-1 as the Buffaloes trying to extend their lead. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Fenton Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
We head to the home half of the 5th inning. The McAlester Buffaloes got out of a big-time jam with a big-time strikeout on a 3-2 count. As now it's the McAlester Buffaloes trying to extend their lead. It's going to be the bottom of the order. Spencer Stinchcomb had an RBI single last time up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He's also popped out to the shortstop. His single went right back up the middle. McAlester with a 5-1 lead heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Robinson for his 5th inning of work. Here's the first pitch. Popped up, playable, I believe, for the first baseman, Neal. Wind continues to take it and got out of play. Get off the bat, it looks playable. And then the wind just carries it behind the press box over here. Count 0-1 on Stinchcomb. 5-1, McAlester leads. Robbins, the 0-1 pitch, chases a curveball there, well out in front. And the count goes to 0-2. I talked about how well Stinchcomb's been able to make contact this year. There's not many times where he's looked like that. Robbins with a good pitch. Likes what he sees from McClure and delivers the 0-2. Fastball froze him on the heater. That's 3 pitches, 3 strikes to Spencer Stinchcomb.
For your Buffalo, left fielder, Jackson Lauerman.
That's now 3 consecutive strikeouts for Cole Robbins. He's been getting better as this game has been going along. Jackson Lauerman is 0 for 2 with the strikeout and reached on an error his last time up. First pitch is going to be a fastball up above eye level, ball 1. After this inning, McAlester will get through their lineup for the 3rd time. 1-0. Fastball in the zone. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike on Lauerman. Robbins trying to continue the rhythm that he's been in. The 1-1 pitch goes with the curveball. Good eye by Lauerman. Again, that was one that gave him fits back in the previous at-bat. He adjusted well, led to him putting a ball in play. By the way, that was the first time this game that McAlester has not had a leadoff base runner to start an inning. 2-1. Fastball, big cut from Lauerman, came up empty. Count now 2-2. Third baseman McClure, Lucas McClure playing in front of the bag over there, guarding the line. 2-2 pitch, fouling it back, staying alive. Lauerman. Count stays at 2-2. Now Robbins, he's, like I said, given up some base runners today, and some of them he hasn't given up. A lot of them have been errors too. But he is in a position right now where he could finish this game in terms of his pitch count, as a curveball misses up and inside to Lauerman. And now the count goes to full with 3 balls, 2 strikes. I believe that's the 89th pitch from Cole Robbins. Robbins wind up, the 3-2. Curveball, hard hit line drive left field, going towards the left fielder right to Deviney, who makes the catch for out number 2. Nice piece from Lauerman, but on a line drive straight to Deviney, who hauls it in.
The right fielder, Mr. Jordan Clark.
And that brings up Jordan Clark, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. When the Lions come back up in the top of the 6th inning, it'll be the middle of the order. The pitch. Fastball way too high to Jordan Clark. That'll be ball one. Ian Clark had his first varsity hit, the sophomore for McAlester, down the left field line in yesterday's game. As the 1-0 will be a fastball outside corner, strike one. Followed it up with a single in his first at bat of this game, right up the middle. So here's the 1-1. Curveball, check swing, but he went around. On the curveball, count moves to 1-2. So looking for his first 1-2-3 inning is Cole Robbins. In a groove, the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, high hit, fly ball, center field. Getting back on it is Jones, and he makes the catch for out number 3. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Buffaloes. In the bottom of the 5th inning, we head to the top of the 6th. McAlester leading 5-1. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on K.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front-end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
We're down to our final 2 innings on the scoreboard. McAlester is leading 5-1 over the Durant Lions, the same score in which they won by a day ago. But, again, both these teams pumped up right now. You'd think it was a one-run game right now. But, again, it's definitely within striking distance for the Lions. They brought up the tying run to the plate in the previous inning. And it's the middle of the order up for the Lions. 4, 5, 6 batter, starting off with Eli McClure. Mullins awaiting his first pitch of the top of the 6th inning, and he'll step off as McClure calls time. Eli is over 2. He has grounded out to short and struck out swinging. First pitch. Fastball, lower outside corner, called strike 1. Lions have had 1 hit today, and it was from Lucas McClure, who is on deck, who has hit the ball hard pretty much every time that he's come up to the plate, as the next pitch will miss down low for ball 1. Actually, as I'm looking back at his 5 at-bats he's had against McAlester, every time he has hit the ball, he's hit it hard. So he is on deck. 1-1. Chopper down the third base line. It'll stay foul. And the count now to 1-2 here on Eli McClure. For Mullins, that was his, looks like his 84th pitch of the day. So he's doing well, pace enough to be able to finish this off if he can continue his rhythm. The 1-2 is going to be a curveball low and outside. Not chasing is Eli McClure, and the count goes to 2-2. Gannon likes what he sees from Phillips. The windup, the 2-2 pitch. Line drive, right center field. This one's going to one-hop in. Leadoff base hit here, the second base hit of the day for the Lions. It's Eli McClure. Takes it to right center field. And that brings up Lucas McClure. That's why that's a big hit. Because Lucas McClure, as we mentioned, I think out of who I've seen the last 2 games, he's been able to see it better than anybody. Now, courtesy runner for the Lions is going to be number 7. That is Stephen Menard. And for the catcher, McClure. Time called by Lucas McClure, who is 1 for 2 with a fly out to center and an RBI. His hit last time up was the hardest hit ball that we've seen so far this season. Right back up the middle. Nearly hit Mullins. First pitch. Swings out of his shoes. Swings and misses for strike one. Counts 0-1. Buffaloes lead 5-1. Top of the 6th inning. Nobody out. Runner at first. Mullins picks off over to first. Good move, but back in safely is Menard. Buff scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third. Lions made it a 4-1 game in the top of the 4th, but McAlester got that run back in the bottom of the 4th. The 0-1. Fastball up and outside. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. I think McAlester nearly has everybody that they want to use available to use today, with the exception, I believe, of Max Harmon and obviously Caden Lesnow from yesterday. The 1-1, curveball that misses low and inside for ball 2. So if Mullins needs the help, if you're looking at pitchers from a year ago, you got Lauerman that can come in. He did pitch against Durant last year. He threw 1 inning, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, 1 hit. 2-1, misses upstairs, and that's ball 3. You also got Watkins, who he has pitched in a lot of games, nearly all of them relief. He was going to come in for Lesnow yesterday if Lesnow went over his pitch count. Hitters count right now for Lucas McClure. 3-1, and he walks him. So runners at first and second with nobody out for Jared Avalos, who has grounded out twice.
No batting for Durant, the right fielder, Jared Avalos.
He's grounded out to the second baseman, and then he chopped one out in front of Braden Phillips. It's a bunting situation here for the Lions, down by 4. On deck is Holden Robinson, who's 0-2, but reached on a drop third strike. The pitch. Not showing bunt. Curveball's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. Well, if we had dirt, in the turf. Ball 1. So for the first 4 innings, Mullins was in complete control in terms of control of the strike zone. A little bit more on the outside of it. He's walked, again, most of his batters here in the last couple of innings. The 1-0, swing and a miss for strike 1 out of the zone. Count moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. So Avalos not bunting here, at least not on that pitch. With 1 strike on him, maybe he'll do it here, but usually you see it right away. The 1-1 in the turf again. Count goes to 2-1. Mullins trying to settle down here. There have been 5 walks from Mullins. 1 of them was intentional. 2-1. Fly ball right side. Coming in is Jordan Clark. It's going to be an infield fly. It's dropped by Clark. The runner should still be out, I thought. As Stinchcomb ends up getting it in. Now is the runner out? Yes, the runner should still be out. And that's what the home plate umpire is signaling, that the runner at first base is out. So even though it left the infield turf, Spencer Stinchcomb is still underneath the ball to be able to make that catch if he does so. Runners advance under their own discretion. So as it dropped in the outfield turf, they could move up. And that's what head coach J.W. Parsons is wondering. He says, well, it hit in the outfield grass. It doesn't matter if it hits in the outfield grass or not. It's if a infielder can routinely make the play, which Stinchcomb was underneath the ball to be able to make the catch before Clark called him off, and there was the confusion there that led to the drop. Runners are going to advance on an error here. Or just on contact. Yeah, runner at first is out. But runners do advance to second and third, so it pretty much works like a bunt.
Now batting the shortstop, Holden Robinson.
Brings up Holden Robinson, who's 0-2 with 2 strikeouts. He reached on a drop third strike, and that's what started the threat by Durant in the previous inning. First pitch to him is popped up and out of play. That'll be strike 1.
There goes my car.
Where'd you park?
Right over here.
So do you park like really close to the field, or do you decide to just
As close as I possibly can. I like to tempt fate.
the 0-1? Fastball upstairs. That'll be ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, infield's playing back, so a ground ball should score a run for the Lions. Unless it goes straight back to the pitcher. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Actually fouled back into the glove of Phillips for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mullins is looking for his 10th strikeout. The 1-2. Fastball low and outside. Count even at 2-2. Again, if Mullins can get a strikeout, it'd be another big one here for multiple reasons. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. To double digits goes Gandon Mullins as he strikes out Holden Robinson.
Now batting the second baseman, Colton Poor.
And now there are 2 down with runners at second and third for the Lions in the top of the 6th inning. Buffalo's leading 5-1. Trying to get out of the jam again is Mullins. The windup and the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. Colton Poor is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out swinging, and then he bunted a ball in the air that was caught by Braden Phillips. 0-1. Misses way up high, and that'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mullins is working out the windup with the runners at second and third. Here's the 1-1. Fastball up and outside. Count moves to 2-1. Mullins has now crossed the 100-pitch threshold. This could be his last inning here. Now it's pitch number 101. Two 2-1. Curveball. Woo, close. What was the call? Okay, he was going to ring him up, but then he realized, okay, that is a strike, strike 2. He was going to ring him up, but then he realized that was only strike 2. The 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gandon Mullins does it again. Leaves the runner stranded with his 11th K of the day. And the Buffaloes are up 5-1, going to the bottom of the 6th, looking for some insurance runs. Top of the order coming up for the Buffaloes. Gandon Mullins, have yourself a night. 5-1 the score. You're listening to McAlester Baseball.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walther's Freedom Ford here in McAlester. We understand how busy we all are these days. It's hard to find time just to get your vehicle serviced, and we are proud to offer the Freedom Express. We can either pick up your vehicle and bring it back when we finish, or for lighter maintenance, we can send our mobile service techs to you. We can do all this with almost all makes and models. I know life gets busy, so I hope this helps. Come see us here at Sam Walther's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
So McAlester, I mean, we're not going to dance around it. They have, again, just left some runners in scoring position today, but you've had the clutch pitching at Cole Robbins at times to be able to keep McAlester off the board with the exception of 5 runs. But Gandon Mullins has done the same. He has been able to keep runners off the base or runs off the board with the exception of an RBI single from Lucas McClure with some big-time strikeouts and big-time moments. Top of the order up for the Buffaloes, leading 5-1. Here's the first pitch to Caden Less. Now it's called strike at the knees, as Cole Robbins here in the bottom of the 6th and for a 6th inning of work. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball low. That'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Les now is 0 for 2 today. He has walked, grounded out to short, and nearly had a hit on a fly ball to center field, but a nice sliding catch by Ryder Jones. Kept him off the base paths and kept a couple of runs off the board for the Buffs. 1-1 is going to be skipped in the dirt. Count now moves to 2-1. There have been 6 consecutive outs recorded from Cole Robbins. 2-1. He popped out of play, and the count moves to 2-2. There was a stretch where he had 3 strikeouts in a row. The last base runner for McAlester was a double by Gannon Mullins, who is in the hole. 2-2. Goes back with the off speed and misses low outside. Count full here on Caden Mullins. By the way, Ethan Watkins has gone to the bullpen. He is warming up now for McAlester as, again, Mullins' day might be done. 3-2. Fastball fouled straight back. Count stays at 3-2. The reason why I say that is, again, Mullins is at, let's see, he's at 103 pitches. I mean, you could bring him back in for the 7th. Just a couple of long innings from Gannon. Last couple of innings. The 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Blew it by him on the heater.
Now batting Buffalo.
Like I said, Cole Robbins has just gotten better and better as this game's gone along. Brings up Gunnar Hodgel, who's 2 for 3 today, though. Looking to continue his solid start to the season, as he is 4 for 9 so far, as he flies this one over to right field. Playing close to the line is the right fielder Avalos, but this one's going to be nowhere near him. Again, Robbins starting the count ahead at 0-1. Lions will be down to their final 3 outs when they come back up, but they'll have the top of the order again. It'll be 9-1-2. So here's another pitch that's going to be low and outside for ball 1. Buffalo's definitely won some insurance runs. I mean, a 4-run lead is not a save situation, but it's definitely not a big lead either. 1-1. It's going to be a foul ball back into the glove of the catcher, McClure. And the count is now 1-2. One-two pitch. Fastball upstairs. That'll be ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the last time through the order, the last 9 batters, Robbins has struck out 4. He only struck out 4 the first 2 times through the order for McAlester. So, again, getting better throughout the game. That one just left his hands wrong. And the count moves to 3-2, and he knew it. Kind of slapped the glove as soon as he let go of it. Looked like he wanted to go with a changeup, the way that his arm released there. Here's the full count pitch to Hodgel. Goes back with the fastball and rung him up. Froze him again. Another strikeout for the Buffaloes. And for Cole Robbins on the mound.
Now batting Buffalo, your pitcher, Mr. Gannon Mullins.
That's now 9 strikeouts for Cole Robbins. We've had 20 combined strikeouts between our 2 pitchers. And it's Gannon Mullins against Cole Robbins right now, our 2 pitchers today. 2 down, nobody on for McAlester. As this one's going to be popped up right side, out of play. Strike 1 here on Mullins. It's been 8 consecutive outs from Cole Robbins. 5 of those being strikeouts. The 0-1. Curveball, low outside corner, called strike 2. Robbins now a pitch away from possibly striking out the side.
Robbins has become a serious threat.
Now, like as he's been going through, like I said, he's been getting just better. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. Some pitchers start off really well, and then as the game goes along, they kind of get a little bit more tired and start to throw more balls. Some pitchers get better as the game goes along. That's what Robbins has done. 1-2. Curveball misses the letters. Count now runs to Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If this thing goes to a bottom of the 7th, this will more than likely be Robbins' last inning. The 2-2 is a swing and a miss for strike 3, and he strikes out the side. And if the Lions needed some momentum in their final 3 outs to be able to get something going, that is how you do it. Gets a handshake from nearly everybody in the Durant dugout that was in there. As we head to the top of the 7th, McAlester trying to close the door on this one. It is 5-1. Buffalo's in the lead, trying to finish the game. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNE.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fin Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
As we head to the top of the 7th inning, McAlester leading 5-1. Ethan Watkins into the game. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service. Jet Tire has been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. Ethan Watkins now on the mound for McAlester. Not a save situation, but trying to close it out regardless. His first pitching appearance of the year, varsity-wise. He pitched in 12 games a year ago. He had a 2-3 record, pitched in 20 innings, had 1 save. He's the returning leader in ERA at 1.75 and also the team leader in returning batting average against him at just 155 from a year ago. First pitch to the bottom of the order is a called strike to Aiden DeVinny for strike 1. He had 18 strikeouts to 17 walks, and like I said, just a 155 batting average against him. He did pitch against the Lions last year. We'll get to that here in just a second. Here comes the 0-1 from Watkins to DeVinny. There'll be a fastball outside corner, strike 2. DeVinny has struck out swinging and flown out to left, as it's 9-1-2 going to be up for the Lions. Watkins he only pitched in 1 inning against the Lions last year. Gave up 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 2. The 0-2. He'll be fouled straight back by the lefty DeVinny. Count remains at 0-2. Watkins has pitched in a lot of high-pressure situations. The first one that comes to mind is the one that he had against the Bishop Kelly Comets his sophomore year, where McAlester had a big-time district win. Helped lead to McAlester getting the 3 seed that took him to Grove, the 0-2. Way too high to move the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. DeVinny would not chase. Again, if McAlester doesn't win that game against Bishop Kelly, McAlester doesn't go to Grove. And I thought that Grove was a good matchup for McAlester, and it led to them getting to their first state tournament appearance in 10 years. Likes what he sees from Phillips, trying to get the strikeout to start off the 7th inning right. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball right side, over towards Stinchcomb, dives for it, it's into the outfield turf. Stinchcomb hesitated a little bit on his range over to left, and that's all that the fast-moving ball of Aiden DeVinny needed to be able to get the single. Went the other way. Well, no, he's the lefty. He pulled it and was able to get it into the right field turf. And the leadoff base runner up for the top of the order for Ryder Jones, who is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. By the way, our defensive changes as we've had Watkins go from center to the mound. Shumway moves from first base to center field. So here's the first pitch, outside ball 1. Mullins moves from the mound over to first base. That hit for the Lions, only their second of the day. 1-0. Fastball down Broadway, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Excuse me, that's their third base hit of the day. Eli McClure had 1. Lucas McClure had an RBI single, and that one from Aiden DeVinny. Watkins steps off the rubber. Count is 1-1. Watkins pauses. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball does not get the outside corner that time. Count moves to 2-1. Watkins had his first start of the season last year against Shawnee. Didn't get the win, but nearly did in just bad conditions all game long. 2-1. Curveball, good one. His first one of the day. Kind of buckled the knees a little bit of Ryder Jones, and the count moves to 2-2. Buffaloes are trying to get their first out at the top of the 7th, leading by 4, 5-1. Watkins. The 2-2. Fastball staying alive. Fouls it back. Chase the high fastball. Was able to make just enough contact to be able to keep the count at even. Two balls, 2 strikes, Ethan Watkins. Gets the signs from Phillips. And the pitch. Curveball, ground ball left side. Fielding gets Hodgel. Looks over at second. Decides to throw to first in time for out number 1. That's textbook. Good job by Gunnar Hodgel. Looked at second to see if he had a play there and took the easy out. And again, if he decides to go to second and there's no out there, there could be a little bit of trouble there. Get the surefire out. 5-3 ground out brings up Cole Robbins, who's 0 for 1. He is struck out looking, walked, and then was intentionally walked. Runner at second base. Buffaloes leading by 4. 1 out in the top of the 7th. 2-hole batter. Robbins up. Robbins had 10 strikeouts on the day. Trying to help out his own cause here. Here's a fastball in there for strike 1. Buffaloes trying to improve to 2-1 on the year, trying to improve to 2-0 in district play. 0-1. Fastball chased after a little bit upstairs. Robbins fouls it off into the parking lot. The count moves to 0-2. Caden Neal on deck is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second. Watkins. Spin move over to second base, just trying to see if Devaney gets off the bag. And right now the Lions need base runners. I don't think they're going to risk someone stealing third. 0-2. Curveball did not bite as much as Watkins wanted it to. Missed up eye level, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Watkins about to deliver his 14th pitch. The 1-2. Fastball, ground ball left side, straight to the shortstop Lesnow. Picks it up, throws over to first. Digging it out is Gannon Mullins at first base. Lesnow gives a thumbs up over to his fellow senior.
First baseman, Caden Neal.
And that is out number 2. Lions down to their final out. Caden Neal up at the plate. Again, a big at-bat here because on deck and in the hole is Eli and Lucas McClure, who account for 2 out of their 3 hits. 5-1 game. Runner advanced over to third base, 90 feet from second where he just resided. 2 outs, 5-1, Buffalo advantage. First pitch. Neal watches it miss low and inside with the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. All the way back in the box is the righty, Caden Neal. He's had one of the 6 hits in the series so far for the Lions against the Buffs. The 1-0 will miss outside. The count goes to 2-0. By the way, wind's still blowing in from left field. You need a little bit of extra oomph if you're going to get one out. Although, like I said, Mullins nearly had 1 out. Mullins nearly hit 2 out today. Here's the 2-0. Fastball popped up. This one's going to take it behind the press box here to move the count to 2-1. He hit 1. His first at bat flew out to center field, caught on the warning track, and then he hit a double that kind of was lost in the light. Maybe would have been caught by Devaney if he would have gotten a good beat on it. Lost it, and it still bounced 1 hop towards the wall in left field. Count right now is 2-1 to the 3-hole batter, Neal. 2-1 pitch. Fastball up and inside. Count moves to 3-1. Hitters counting here for Neal. Ewott trying to work his way back. Trying to finish this game off. Lions down to their final out. He comes set. And the 3-1. Way too high. Gets behind Phillips. Runner's going to take off from third. This is going to be an easy score. Phillips kind of stumbled as he tried making the catch, and that leads to a run scoring, and that brings the game within 3. So now the tying run would be on deck in Lucas McClure. Eli McClure singled his last time up. 1 for 3. Grounded out to short, struck out swinging, and singled. That ball just left the hands wrong of Watkins. And the last out of the game is always the hardest one to get. First pitch. Fastball inside, leaning back with it. It was McClure. Ball 1. Buffs just needed 1 out. This game is just about to the 2-hour mark. 7:29 right now. Just hit the 2-hour mark at 7:30. 1-0. High hit, fly ball, right field. Jordan Clark having to go back, trying to find it in the darkness. Goes up, drops the ball. 1 run is going to score. This will be a 2-run game as Clark gets it in, fires it to the third baseman, Hodgel. This game is still alive. Clark drop hit in right field, and it's a 5-3 game. Tying run is now at the plate in Lucas McClure. Clark did a good job of going back to where the ball was, followed it with the wind, and as it went to the left, popped out of his glove. Lions have put up 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. It is a 2-run game, tying run at the plate, and Lucas McClure has hit the ball harder than any Lion has, and he's seen it better than any Lion has in this series. First pitch, curveball, in there, strike 1. That's the first error on McAlester officially since the first game of the season. In the 4th inning, I believe. The 0-1. Curveball missing outside. Count moves to even at 1 ball, 1 strike. If Lucas McClure gets on base, the tying run, again, is on the base paths. Count even at 1-1. Watkins, spin move. Runner trailed off the bag, but again, I don't think he's going to risk taking third here. We had a run that scored on an official wild pitch and then on an E9 by the Buffaloes here in the 7th. 1-1. Fastball swing and a miss for strike 2. Lions down to their final strike. Can the Buffaloes close this? Infield back. Watkins versus McClure. 1-2 the count, 2 down, runner at second. Ewott kicks and fires the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him way out in front, and the Buffaloes get the brooms out and complete the sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, Buffaloes far and wide. Grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold. And a pitching matchup between these two teams that combined for 22 strikeouts. McAlester outlasts the Durant Lions and win 5-3 to improve to 2-0 in district play and 2-1 on the year. Again, McAlester wins 5-3. As we're going to be having some post-game stats coming up here in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KN.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester. We understand how busy we all are these days. It's hard to find time just to get your vehicle serviced, and we are proud to offer the Freedom Express. We can either pick up your vehicle and bring it back when we finish, or for lighter maintenance, we can send our mobile service techs to you. We can do all this with almost all makes and models. I know life gets busy, so I hope this helps. Come see us here at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Fitting Madness is here, so brush up on your free throws and come shoot for TTNL. You get 2 shots. Sink one and we pay for half of your TTNL.
Sink both and Fit Nissan pays for all of your TTNL.
Hurry up and shoot.
Nothing but net.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fitnissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us
Hi,
on
my
Facebook.
name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Good game that we had over here in McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes end up winning 5-3. They start off a late comeback by the Durant Lions, who scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. But Ethan Watkins holds the fort down, leads to the 5-3 win. McAlester improves to 2-1 on the year. They've won 2 in a row. Both those games against the Durant Lions as they sweep the Lions in the district series. Again, closer than what they wanted it to be. McAlester still has some kinks to work out, but again, you saw a little bit of improvement from a day ago. I think McAlester made a little bit better contact throughout this game. You also looked at Cole Robbins, who we ended up having 3 pitchers, but Robbins and Mullins both pitched 6, or they combined for 12 out of the innings there that we had between these two guys. Mullins and Robbins both had great games. Between the two of them, 21 strikeouts. Gannon Mullins officially gets the win. Watkins does not get a save as he did not enter into a save situation, but he does get, I believe, a hold in that instance. And the Buffaloes, like I said, improved to 2-1. Buffaloes still need to do a better job of getting hits with runners in scoring position. They had early moments in this game where they could have put it away a little bit better, but they weren't able to do it. And then you saw Cole Robbins as the game went along. He got into a rhythm. He got better. Robbins had his 2 walks. The only 2 walks that he had in the entire game happened in the first inning. He didn't give up any free passes after that, and he, as we got to the 4th, I think it was a switch from the 4th to the 5th inning, after the last run that McAlester scored, he didn't give up another hit. It was 9 up, 9 down after the run that McAlester was able to score. So the Buffaloes know that they're not going to get a lot of opportunities to be able to put teams away early in games like that. And when they had that opportunity, they need to cash in a little bit better at the beginning of the game. But still, their defense and their pitching, we mentioned it at the post game of the last game, is going to be their bread and butter. It's going to be what's going to win them a lot of games. So they're going to find themselves in a lot of games that are decided by 3 or less. Last year, McAlester played in 61% of their games decided by 3 or less. And they were 8-15 in those games. So they're going to play in a lot of low-scoring games, I think, this year, unless they really figured it out with their offense. I think they're going to have to be able to get key hits in key situations. But their pitching is really good. If they end up, again, growing as a team and you see a lot of guys take major strides up at the plate, which I think that we will. I think that you're going to see a lot of guys. I think that, Caden Lesnow, he's going to end up finding his groove. He does every single year. He ended up batting .325 this year. Right now he's 1 for 10, but, again, he's going to get a little bit better there. Gunnar Hodgel is having a great start to his season. He is batting .400 right now in 3 games. I think you're going to – Gannon Mullins is seeing the ball really well, too, and he's hitting the ball pretty far. Like I said, he probably would have had a home run out to center field had the wind not been blowing in from center field today. Probably would have maybe hit the wall in left field, too. You're going to see Braden Phillips turn it on again. He had an RBI today, but you're going to see him start to get base hits. I think Shumway's capable of the same thing. Watkins is going to – he hasn't had a bunt single yet, and he's got plenty of speed. I think he can do it, too. Stinchcomb has been hitting the ball well, but he finally got his first hit today. It just has been going straight to some of the fielders. I think everyone in the lineup is capable of going on a tear if they can start to get their rhythm. And sometimes it's hard to be able to get that in the early stretches of the season because you're trying to work off the early season jitters. But if they can find their groove, I think they're going to be a tough team to beat, but I think they already are with the pitching and the defense that they have. So if they can, like I said, even win 7 out of those 15 games, or half of them that they lost by 3 or less last year, you're looking at a really good record from a year ago, and more than likely you're looking at a way better playoff positioning, and you're not taking on the team last year that was the state runner-ups in the Bishop Kelly Comets in the regional tournament at Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I think it's a great start to the district series for them. McAlester stays in the top half of 5A4. Again, we had a close game last night between Coweta and Edison. We're going to see if there was any shakeup there. If Edison split the series with the Tigers, McAllister's going to be taking on Edison next week. But again, even though Durant, I wanted to mention it one more time before I go into our post-game stats, even though Durant went 8-24 last year, I think they pretty much went 10-24. I think those forfeits should count as wins for the Lions. But even though they went, like I said, 8-24, they bring back 8 of their 9 starters. And you can ask any baseball coach, any baseball player, or avid baseball fan, when you can bring back 8 out of your 9 starters, and 6 of them were freshmen, 2 of them were sophomores, and you get them a whole year of experience, and a team that was able to beat a team like Midwest City that did beat McAlester earlier in the year, and I think ended up winning a game in regional against a really good team, maybe even the host team, I think, if they won a regional in that one. To be able to beat a team like that and then bring back most of your starters, and they're going to be really darn good. I think they're going to surprise some people this year. I think they're going to get a lot of wins. I think they're going to shake up 5A4. They could even squeak in and see their way to the top 4, depending on if they go on a little bit of a run. But I think with the Durant Lions also, by the time that these freshmen, sophomores, now that are sophomores and juniors that played last year, next year they're going to be really good, and they're going to be really good the year after that too. So I think the Lions are going to be contenders, at least for a district crown or maybe for a host of regionals. Maybe not this year, but for the coming years. And that's a good team that McAlester, I think, swept today and yesterday. Some good pitching that they were able to get some runs out of. Let's see if McAlester can build off that. Their next scheduled game will be against Salisaw on Thursday. We'll see if the rain keeps that going or if they're going to be able to wipe that one from the schedule due to the rain. But enough about that. Enough about our post-game commentary. Now let's look at our post-game stats. That's brought to you by Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Chakota Wholesale Feed Company in Chakota for your spring feeding program needs. Let's start off with the visiting team, the Durant Lions. Now go to 1-2 on the year. Ryder Jones went 0 for 2. He ended up walking, struck out. He actually walked twice, struck out and grounded out the third. Cole Robbins went 0 for 2 with a walk and an intentional walk. He also struck out and grounded out to short. Caden Neal went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Eli McClure went 1 for 4 with a strikeout, a single, and he reached on an E9. Lucas McClure went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jared Avalos went 0 for 3. We had Holden Robinson went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Colton Poore went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Aiden DeVinny went 1 for 3. He singled in the 7th inning to help start the Lions scoring. Lions combined for only 3 hits. They had Cole Robbins go all 6 innings defensively for the Lions. He struck out 10 batters. He walked 2, and those 2 batters that he walked were in the first frame. The Lions defense, though, gave up 5 errors to help McAlester score some runs today. Buffalo's improved to 2-1. Again, let's look at their starting 9. Caden Luss now went 0 for 3, walked in his first plate appearance, grounded out to short, flew out to center, and struck out. Gunnar Hodgel went 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Gannon Mullins went 1 for 4 with a double. Braden Phillips went 0 for 3 with an RBI. Aiden Shumway went 1 for 3 with a single, an E3, and then a strikeout. Ethan Watkins, despite going 0 for 2, I ended up having 0 for 3 there. I need to change that. Despite going 0 for 2 today, not having a base hit, led the team in RBIs with an RBI walk and then an RBI ground out to third. He also struck out swinging. Spencer Stinchcomb went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jackson Lauerman went 0 for 3. Jordan Clark went 1 for 3. The McAlester Buffalo offense totaled up 6 hits. Gannon Mullins struck out 11 today, and he ends up getting his first win of the year, going 6 innings. Ethan Watkins came in for relief. He ended up giving up 1 hit. I believe that the 1 run that was scored was earned. He walked 1, and then he struck out 1 as the Buffaloes totaled up 12 strikeouts as a pitching staff. 6 combined walks, as 1 of those were intentional and 1 McAlester error. They've only had 2 errors in their first 3 games. And surprisingly enough, none of the errors on the – and I'm not saying surprisingly because, I don't expect the infield to make errors, but usually when you look at errors, they're from the infield, not the outfield. There have been 2 errors all season for McAlester, both from the outfield so far. So good defense from McAlester for the first 3 games. Looking to get better as the year goes along as well. Looking at the rest of the week, again, McAlester is supposed to play at Salsa on Thursday. If they don't or if they do, doesn't matter. We're still playing on Saturday. That'll be Bigsby at home at noon. So don't expect to probably have a video stream on Thursday out in Salsa. That'll probably be radio only if we play it. And, of course, for Saturday will be both radio and video. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, not just for today, but all season long. Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank & A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. And a big thank you to our board operator, Wyatt Hubbard, as well as our video operator, Mr. Austin Sweetwheat, on the camera this evening. And thank you, the listener, for spending your Tuesday night with us. One final time for Mike Deekfield in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the McAlester Buffaloes 5 and the Durant Lions 3. Until Thursday, when McAlester travels to Salsa to take on the Black Diamonds, this is Brandon Green saying, Buffaloes win. And don't just have a great night. Have a Buffalo night. Night-night, Harper.